Today I'll be talking about how we as a community can protect our children and young adults from violence. Violence is the intentional use of physical power or force, whether it be threatened or actual, against another person or against the community that results in injury, death, or maldevelopment or deprivation. There are several types of violence and it affects humans in all different ways. It happens in our societies today because we allow it and do not prevent children and adults from indulging in violent acts. If we were to build community clubs and have sports for young children and adults, we could keep our minds occupied and help them learn how to associate with each other in nicer ways and to steer away from violence. The main types of violence we deal with today are child abuse and sexual harassment in our schools and workplaces. Some places have a lot of gang violence and kids wanting to be a part of this gang to feel important or protected. Pornography is a big deal that we deal with every day. Children being sexually abused and participating unwillingly in child pornography because we fail to open our eyes and see these things going on until it has caused a lot of damage to this child and they have to live with that for the rest of their life. This kind of trauma to a child can cause them to become violent and resentful to life and to think that it's okay to act like that, and it will affect them in their adulthood years. Our schools are full of kids committing violent acts. We watch them fight each other and make verbal threats against each other. Recently we have had a lot of school shootings and gun threats. It causes a lot of conflict and trauma to a child when they are made fun of or just don't fit into a school because of children and their cliques and everything else that they have in school. If we provided more help for these children or let other children see that we are all the same, no matter how we dress, talk, look, or how much money we have, it's all about who is better than who, and it catches up to someone and they always lose their self-control. And that's what causes violent acts in our schools. There are many ways that we can help reduce the risk of violence. We should make sure that our children are in good, stable homes. There should be more charities for those communities with not as much money to help them build fun programs for their children. The law enforcement should be more involved in their communities rather than just be there for the bad event when they have to. They are here to serve the community, and it really troubles me to see these cops out there that are only to show how important they are because they have more authority over us. They need to help their community in every way that they can because that's what they are there for. Children that are in foster care have a lot to deal with from going from home to home and parents not wanting them because of certain reasons. And they have to deal with that for the rest of their life, and it causes trouble with them being able to build relationships with each other and other children and with other adults as far as that. They also can develop violent acts, with not wanting to participate in other events because they don't feel like they are worth anything because nobody will want them. I can personally address these things because of my experiences in foster care. And I've seen so many kids go through this kind of rejection and the feelings that people just don't want them. But I was one of those lucky ones that didn't have to deal with that terrible stuff. We can help these kids by mentoring them and teaching them right from wrong and letting them have a chance of building a relationship with someone that they can trust. We should offer better jobs for people so that it helps them to be able to watch over their kids at night when they're home from school and to see what goes on with their kids instead of having to work 2 jobs so that they can keep food on the table and clothes on their back. Schools and colleges should give kids a better chance at going to school. It helps them build relationships with other children and it helps them to be able to better themselves. And they have something to look forward to and something that they can live for because they know that down the road they will have a better job and be able to make money and live a normal life. I found it hard to find someone to co-sign for me to go to school, and if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't be in college now. Children who go to school do have better lives if they really put their mind to it. If we teach our children at an early stage that violence will never solve anything and that it only makes things worse, it can have a drastic change in their life and in the community. We should also build programs for those that are victims of violent acts, because if we just let these victims run out and don't offer them help or give them help, they normally become angry and resentful and will turn around and commit the same violent act just to get even. We need to open our eyes and the eyes of our children to see that we are all the same no matter what our race, religion, or what we look like or what our problems are. Instead of complaining about how bad our communities are and how much violence is going on in our communities, we should step in and help build those programs for these children so that we can have a better community. It's not about stooping lower to anyone, it's about taking care of our problems, because their problems is our problems, instead of looking at it and complaining about it. Everyone makes a mistake and everyone can change.